Cindy. Let me unmute you. Cindy, can you hear us? Can you hear me? Oh, Teresa's there too. Let's see. Can you guys hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Whoa. We'll get out of your faces in a second. So I will, once Sonia begins, I'm gonna mute. I forgot. Hope you guys are doing well. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was just going to do a yoga class online. And watch my-
Tell them, Cindy.
Sorry, guys. My husband's yelling at me at dinner. I'm like, I'm going to try yoga online. I thought I was muted. Technology today.
I'm gonna mute you all in a minute, though.
Okay. That's probably better, right?
And sometimes there's this weird, like, UFO landing, like, sound. There's like an echo that happens.
Okay. I guess it's just getting used to all of it.
Yeah. I think there might be a couple more people joining us.
Do they sign up online?
Yeah, they sign up on MindBody and then Zoom.
Oh,
Or sometimes just Zoom. Just fine. All right, I'm muting you all. Cool. So whenever you're ready.
I'm trying to set up the music.
Oh, let's do no music one because the echo is really
Oh,
bad.
okay.
Yeah, if you're okay with that.
Okay. You know, all these changes. Are people on?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I can't hear them.
You're
Okay.
muted.
All right. So let's come to a comfortable meditation seat. We are going to be, after our meditation seat, bringing our legs up the wall. So you want to go ahead and find some surface that you can do that for yourself. If you don't have a surface, maybe you have a bed or a couch, you can definitely bring yourself close to that and then drop your legs bent on the couch or the bed like so. So I'll give you a moment to kind of gather yourself for that, but we are going to start in a meditation seat. You'll also notice that I keep my phone on my mat. It's because I time the poses. Okay, so let's come to a comfortable seated position and close our eyes. Begin to settle into the space. Bringing our awareness inward, dropping down to the belly. Just noticing the quality of our breath here. So today I thought the invitation might be embracing the darkness, as in the challenges that we're all facing during this time. I was reminded of a teaching that I learned when I was in Bali. One of the drivers shared with me that they actually offer gratitude to the challenging times. And when I asked him why, he said, it's because the dark times teach us so much. So they don't create resistance trying to fix anything or trying to judge what's happening. they sit with what is and allow it to be, which I found to be very refreshing, not so easy to do, but maybe we can find the opportunities to sit with what is today as we practice and we go inward. Take a moment right now to notice how you're feeling in your body. Checking in for any tension, any tightness. And with each breath, allow yourself to just soften a little bit more, sinking into your seat, releasing that tension, letting it melt away, letting the thoughts float through, accepting all that is in this moment. And so that when we accept, we are releasing that resistance and we can soften into what is. And hopefully from that we can grow. So taking a few more breaths here. Bringing our right hand to our heart, left hand on top. Take a moment for yourself to send out an offering of your choosing. Whether it's gratitude or a prayer or whatever feels good to you in this moment. Taking 2 full breaths. And a nice full breath, sigh out. You can go ahead and release your hands, open your eyes. We're going to come into our legs up the wall variation. So the best way to come into that, I find, is to bring yourself to that fetal position, bringing your sit bones to the surface. And from here, you'll swing your legs up, open your arms into a T or goalpost, and allow yourself to be here with soft bend in the knees. If you have lower back problems, you can lift up and slide a blanket or a towel underneath your lower back. It's always nice to have the extra cushion, the extra support. You can go ahead and settle in here. Dropping in, letting the shoulders soften. I'm going to incorporate a simple 4-part breath that is really nice for balancing the nervous system. So right now, just notice the natural flow of your own breath. The 4-part breath will be, I'll count you through it, but it'll be inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll hold at the top for 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the bottom for 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'll count you through it and you go ahead and just follow the cue. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Belly expands and rises. Hold at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Belly draws toward the spine. Hold at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one on your own. And then returning to the natural rhythm of your breath. Just offering that muscular disengagement to any parts in the body that are still holding on to tension, maybe the neck and shoulders, or the belly, or the jaw, whatever that is for you. This tension, this tightness in our bodies is just information for us to notice what the quality of our thoughts and emotions are. It's an opportunity for us to really check in with our bodies and notice what our bodies are trying to tell us. Sometimes we think we're not stressed out, but when you check in with yourself, you take the time and the awareness to notice, you'll see that your body is telling you, yes, there's stress happening here. That's okay. This is why we show up on our mats. Taking 2 more breaths here. And a nice full breath, sighing it out. Slowly bending your knees to your chest. Turning onto one side, staying here for a moment. When you're ready, coming back to your mat in a comfortable seated position. We're going to come into butterfly pose. So we'll bring the bottoms of the feet together in that diamond shape. The heels are away from the pelvic floor, where in yang you have the heels closer, and yin you'll have them further apart. And then once you're here, maybe you want a block to rest your head on as you round down, or maybe you want to let the neck and head go. Whatever feels good in your body today. We'll go ahead and draw the belly toward the spine and begin to round down. Palms can rest on our feet, ankles, palms face up, let the neck and head go. Settling in here, going inward. Remember that yin is about finding that stillness not only in the body but also inward. Going to the edge of the pose and releasing muscular tension. So like our current state of affairs, we're being given an opportunity to go inward, to be in our homes, to isolate, which doesn't always feel great. But it does get rid of all the distractions and all the doing that we as a Yang society are used to. We're not used to getting quiet and still. So if you're open to it, this is an opportunity for us to really reconnect with ourselves, with our families, in order to deepen our awareness and grow from it, hopefully. Let the jaw be soft here. Notice if you're clenching, maybe let the mouth open gently so the teeth aren't tightening up here. With each breath, let the shoulders drop down. You might even notice yourself folding in a little more. Take in a couple of breaths. With a nice full breath, sighing it out. Slowly begin to roll back up to center. One vertebrae at a time, neck and head last. Take a moment here with your eyes closed to check in, bringing the legs together, hands behind you. Let the shoulders be soft. Go ahead and take any movement of the neck you feel you need. Maybe sway the head side to side. Taking some neck circles is nice too. Switching directions. Come back to neutral, wiggle the legs out. And we're going to go ahead and swing our legs behind us, and we're going to come onto our bellies for Sphinx. So we'll bring the elbows directly underneath the shoulders, our hands to the mat. Upper body is active, lower body, so from the hips down, you're going to soften, even though here in this pose, the tendency is for the lower back to tighten. Be mindful of that for yourself and allow the lower back to soften so that the hips drop deeper into the pose. Once you're here, you'll draw the heart forward, shoulders away from the ears. The neck can follow the natural curvature of the spine, or you can drop the chin ever so slightly. So go ahead and settle in, and I'll turn you. Again, reconnecting to your breath. As you transition from pose to pose, remember that it's an opportunity for you to check in with yourself and notice where you can offer that softening of the muscles. We're halfway there. Stay with your breath. Remain still. Taking 2 breaths. And a nice full breath, sighing it out. Slowly dropping all the way down. Make a little pillow with your hands. Rest your head here. And then when you feel ready, you can wiggle the hips side to side. Maybe even bend the knees and windshield wiper the legs. Coming back to neutral. Resting your forehead on your hands. Just take 3 breaths here. On the next breath, we'll bring our hands to our sides and begin to press back into your tabletop. You'll bring the knees mat width distance apart. If you have sensitive knees, please put a blanket or a towel under your knees. It's really nice to have the protection. Your seat will rest on the heels if it's available. And when you're ready, dropping into your child's pose. Resting your forehead on the mat. Settling in here. Remembering that without darkness and challenges, there can't be light. Life is about contrast. Beautiful quote that says, light fabricates shadow, shaping illusions and fantasy so that they seem real. Light is not the destination of the soul, but its friendly trickster. By embracing all light, all shadow, all illusion and reality, we become free to explore, create, and trust not only our path, but the paths of others. That each is as it should be. Everything is as it should be. Even though it doesn't feel right, you sit with it. Feel all the feels. And hopefully accept it and then turn it into something powerful and beautiful. If we choose to. Let the belly stay soft as you breathe. Breathing into the back of the heart, the back of the rib cage. Envisioning your lungs expanding with each inhale. Getting stronger. and healthier. Taking a couple of breaths. And a nice full breath, sighing it out. When you're ready, slowly pressing back up, finding your way to tabletop. Those shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, legs are hip width distance, arms are shoulder width distance. Take a little movement here of your hips side to side, and any other stretching you feel you need. Maybe you press each foot back one at a time, pressing through the ball of the foot, giving yourself a nice little stretch here. And then coming back to your tabletop. If you have a blanket on your mat, you're gonna wanna roll it back a bit. We're gonna come into seal, and you definitely want your hands on the grippy part of the mat. So you'll drop back down onto your belly, and it's similar to Sphinx, but this time we're gonna bring our hands to the corners of the mat, and instead of pressing up through our forearms, we're gonna press up through the hands. So once you're here, similar, we're wanting to sink deep in the pelvic floor, in the hips, in the tops of the thighs, tops of the feet. And from here, you'll press up onto your hands for seal. This is a little bit more intense than the Sphinx. Keep a soft bend in the elbows. Shoulders drop down. Again, if this is way too intense for you, you can come back down onto Sphinx. But don't give up on it if it just feels like, oh, this is uncomfortable. Allow yourself to be with all that is, as long as you're not in pain. Sharp, tingling, or numbing sensations is what is considered pain in yin. But again, you are in your body, you know best. We're not here too long. Checking in on that lower back, keeping it as soft as you can. Your seat is also soft, so the sit bones are soft, the legs are soft. We're almost there. Taking 2 breaths. Nice full breath, side out. And slowly lower yourself back down. Again, make that little pillow, rest your head here. Offer some movement to your lower back. Windshield wiper the legs a bit. And come back to neutral and rest here for 3 breaths. On the next breath, bring your hands by your sides. Again, pressing back to your tabletop. We'll curl the toes under, sending the hips up to the sky for downward facing dog. Take a little movement here to pedal it out. Come back to neutral. And on the next breath, slowly walk your feet to your hands. We're gonna hang here for dangle. So feet are hip width distance. You can have blocks to rest your hands on. So we're hanging here for a bit. Soften in the knees. Hands can come on blocks, whichever level feels good to you. Or you can even take hold of opposite elbows, letting the neck go. Remember that we hold this pose for some time, so you want to find the variation that will allow you to hold still. Because once you move in the pose, you've lost the integrity of the pose. So settling in here. Let the neck and head go, soft bend in the knees. Active in the lower body. Soft in the upper body. Whenever I teach this pose, I remind people what a great pose this is to reduce anxiety and fear energies and worry energies, or insomnia. It helps with insomnia. So if you're someone who has difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, this is a nice pose to do before you go to bed. Check in with your jaw, make sure you're not gripping. We're almost there. Taking 2 breaths. And a nice full breath, side out. If you have blocks, go ahead and remove them. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, neck and head last. Coming to your Tadasana or mountain pose. Maybe reach the hands overhead, interlace the fingers, flip the palms, give yourself a nice stretch here. Nice full breath. Exhale out. Release the hands by your sides. Take a moment here to check in. If you need any movement of your neck, go ahead and take it. Switching directions. When you're ready, come back to neutral. We're going to heel toe the feet, open mat with distance apart, toes point out. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, bend the knees and slowly lower yourself down to squat. If your heels are lifted, you can roll up a towel or a blanket and bring it behind the feet, under the heels to support you. You can also sit on a block or a bolster if you prefer. Otherwise, we hang out here for a few breaths. Hands to prayer, elbows press into the knees, close your eyes. Soften here. Grounding down. Creating balance of the nervous system as we ground down so that anything going on outside of us that can disturb our inner peace really won't. Like a pendulum swinging in one direction or another, when we are balanced within ourselves, the pendulum is still. Nothing can really shake its peace. Stay nice and long in the spine. And soften where you can. Taking 2 breaths. And a nice full breath, sigh it out. Open your eyes, bring your hands behind you and slowly lower yourself down to your mat to sit, extending your legs out in front of you, nice and long. Give yourself a stretch here, reaching for your feet, and then coming back. Wiggle the legs, bending at the knees, feet mat width distance apart. Go ahead and take a little gentle movement side to side, windshield wiper in the knees. When you're ready, you'll come back for stillness. You're going to go ahead and bring that right knee in front of you to point towards the front of the mat. And you're going to swing your left leg behind you. So we're coming in for swan, also known as pigeon in yang yoga. And you're going to bring your hands to the mat, get nice and long in the spine, letting that left leg lengthen here. And once you're here, sending the heart forward on the inhale. Slowly lower yourself down on the exhale. Make a little pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead here. You can also rest your forehead on a block. You can also bring a blanket or a block under your right sit bones to have some support here. Otherwise, we're hanging out in swan. Opening up the hips. Where we store so much of our emotional energy. So we're not here too long. Notice where you're still holding on. And offer the breath to soften these areas. Taking 2 breaths. And a nice full breath, sighing it out. Slowly pressing back onto your hands, letting the right sit bones drop to the mat. You'll swing your left leg out in front of you, extending both legs out in front of you now. Again, taking a moment here, hands behind you, to just sit with the stillness and notice the sensations that pose brings up. When you're ready, go ahead and wiggle them out a little bit. Then we'll come back to neutral, and this time we'll swing our right leg around the back, and as we're swinging that right leg back, the left leg bends. We lift up from our hands and extend the right leg back, nice and long. Our heart lengthens here, opening up. And slowly dropping in to our little hand pillow. Finding swan on the left side. Or pigeon if you best relate to that. If you're feeling any tension in the outer left hip, the abductor, energetically send the breath there, allowing this action to release that tension. With each breath, you might feel it begin to melt away. So it all really is about awareness and where we send our energy. Dropping in a little more with each breath. Taking 2 breaths. A nice full breath, sigh it out. When you're ready, pressing up through your hands, lifting up, letting the left seat drop to the mat, swinging your right leg around in front of you. Both legs extend. Take a moment here. to notice how you're feeling. Wiggle the legs. And coming to stillness, our final pose before resting pose before Shavasana will be heart bench. So I'm going to offer several variations, seeing as though I don't know what props everyone has at home. If you have blocks, the first variation will be the head block will be on the highest level, and the behind the chest block will be on the middle level. So you'll come to lay here. Your first block, the bottom block, the top edge will meet the lower edges of your shoulder blades. So you lower yourself down here and then play around with your head block wherever that can land. So this is one form of, one variation of heart bench. If you have a bolster, you can rest the bolster on the blocks. If you don't have a bolster and you want a more restorative version, you can use pillows. You can get a bunch of pillows and stack them and rest here. So go ahead and set yourself up for the heart bench that you can take today. And if you want to keep with the opening of the hips, you can bring bottoms of the feet together for butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Again, you can always put blocks under the knees as well to make it a little bit more restorative for you, if that's what you're craving today. Settling in here, and just for a few minutes. With the next few breaths, begin to consider the shape you'd like to take for your final resting pose. You can stay here in heart bench if it feels good to you. When you're ready, taking 2 breaths. Nice full breath, side out. When you feel ready, you can begin to shift into your final resting pose, Shavasana, in the shape of your choosing. By embracing the darkness, we have the opportunity to move through it with ease and grace rather than resistance in order to get to the light. Because out of darkness comes the light every single time. Begin deepening your breath to invite awareness to your body, to your space. Wiggle the fingers and toes, gently turn the head side to side. When you're ready, hug your knees to your chest. Turning onto one side, staying here for a moment as you savor the benefits of your practice. And when you feel ready, you'll come back up to your meditation seat where we will meet with hands to prayer, the heart bowing down. Thank you, friends, for taking the time to share your practice and your energy. Keep showing up, especially during this time. I honor the light within you that is also within me. Namaste.
Namaste, guys.
Thank you, ladies.
You. Have a great night.
You too. Be safe.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.